Everyone, welcome to part 5 of our Learning Google Sheets series. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to enter data into a cell. So to do this, I'd like to make a spreadsheet of a list of customers here. And so in A1, I'm going to go ahead and enter in, we'll say, I'm going to click on the cell here, customer ID. And in B1, I'm going to put in customer name, just a couple of sample titles or headers to maybe data we want to store in our spreadsheet. Now for customer ID, generally speaking, you would probably, this would be a numerical value. I can type in 1 here and then 2 here and then 3 here and go on until, forever. But that's a little inefficient. And so what Sheets can do is it can actually recognize a pattern and copy what you're intending to do. And so in this particular case, to demonstrate this, what we'd have to do is have a pattern here. If 1 and 2 is counting up by 1, if we highlight what we want to create the pattern of, we can go to the right until we get this black cross, and then we can click and drag it down, and then it starts filling in the information for you. Now you have to make sure that it does recognize a pattern. For example, if you just had one cell here, like say 1, and you start dragging it down, it's going to actually just copy the 1 because that's the only pattern it has available to it. It's going to say, okay, this person just wants 1 repeated over and over. So just make sure you highlight the pattern that you want to repeat, and then you can drag it down. It's definitely a more efficient way of entering data. Now, as far as under customer name here, we can kind of start listing off names like, I don't know, maybe John, Sue, Billy, and you can kind of do that on and on. And you could do the same thing with Billy here by clicking that right-hand corner, and it'll copy it. And so that's just a couple of different ways to enter in data into cells. There is, technically speaking, like 3 different types of data. You can have like label data, which would be kind of like your customer ID and customer name. You can have numerical data, which is the customer ID here. And then you can also have functions. And functions, we're not going to get into right now, but that's really where the magic comes into play with using spreadsheets, and where you can really kind of create really time-saving, wonderful tools to help yourself or the company that you're working for. But yeah, thank you for attending, and we'll see you in the next one.